Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to create a job board and also how to monetize it. And you can test everything immediately right now thanks to our one-click demo feature. And all you have to do basically is to click on the very first link in the description below, enter your email address, and just like that, you'll have a complete demo up and running within just a few seconds. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, and for this we're going to go to hivepress.io. So as always, I'll leave a link in the description below. And let's explore the different themes that they have. So as you can see, we have Expert Hive and Task Hive. So these are to create a freelance marketplace. We also have Rental Hive. So this is for a rental marketplace. And if you scroll down, as you can see, we also have JobHive and Listing Hive. So Listing Hive is a free one that you can use to create directories. And we have JobHive. This is one to create a job board. And this is the one we're going to focus on today. Now, just to mention quickly, I've covered all of these in previous videos. And again, I will leave a link in the description below to all of these. So let's go ahead with JobHive. So let's click on this. And as you can see, JobHive is a lightweight, clean and modern WordPress theme that allows you to build and monetize. So this is the most important part, isn't it? To monetize a job board website in next to no time. And this is really true, you know, as I shall demonstrate in less than an hour, we'll have our website up and running. And this is a complete solution. So you get the theme in itself. So as you can see here, it looks absolutely great, very professional. And all of this is easily customizable, obviously, you know. So I'll show you exactly how to do that and personalize it to your own taste and preferences. But it also comes with premium extensions included. So everything you need to run this website is included. So you get all of these premium extensions all with it. So you have memberships, paid listing, messages, tags, favorites, and geolocation. So if we have a quick look at the price normally of those extensions, as you can see, membership is $39 US and tags is $29. And you're getting these for free. So normally these are premium extensions and they are all included with this solution. And all of this for one small fee, as you can see here, of just $69 US. But the most amazing part is that it's not an annual renewal fee. It's actually a lifetime single site license. So once you've purchased this, it's yours forever. Unlimited automatic updates included. So this is just amazing, guys, you know. So what do we need to do now is just basically buy this theme, and I'll meet you now in the WordPress dashboard. Very good. So welcome to our WordPress dashboard. So we're starting with a fresh WordPress installation. So as you can see, we have no plugins installed at all. And when it comes to theme, we only have the 2021 default WordPress theme installed. And we are going to start from this page. We're going to add our own theme, the JobHive theme we just downloaded. So let's click on Add New. And we're going to select Upload Theme, choose File, and we're going to select the file we downloaded. So it should look something like this. This is an archive file, so jobhive.zip. Click Open, and let's install. Now we need to activate our plugin. So very good. As you can see here, our JobHive theme is now installed and activated. Now on top of our page, we have a message here that says that this theme recommends the following plugins. So there's quite a few here to be installed. So what we're going to do now is to start installing those plugins. So for this, we're going to click on Begin Installing Plugins. And we're going to bulk select them all. So click on this, select them all at once, select the bulk action, select Install, and let's apply. There you go. And now we need to activate our plugins. So let's return to the required plugin installer. And now we're going to bulk select them all once more. And in the bulk action this time, we're going to select Activate. Click Apply. There you go. All done already. Now just to make sure, we can always go back to the plugin section right here. If you click on this, as you can see, all our plugins are properly installed and activated. And now on the left-hand side in our menu section, you can see we have 4 additional tabs. We have HivePress, Jobs, Companies, and Testimonials. Now, if you're seeking to monetize this website, you will have to add an additional plugin, which is the membership one. And for this, we can go to Add New, Upload Plugin, choose File, and then you can select the second file that comes along with your theme, HivePress membership.zip. Again, this is an archive file. Select it, click Open, and click Install. And now we need to activate it. Very good. So let's have a quick look at what our website looks like so far. So as you can see, the main structure is already there. So we have posted job, my account, but there is no content and it doesn't look really appealing this far. So what we need to do now is to import the demo content. So let's do that together. And for this, we need to install an additional plugin. And we click on Add New. And this time we're going to search for one click. And this is the very first one here, one click demo import. So all we have to do is just install it, activate it. And now we can go to the appearance section. And as you can see, we have an additional tab now that's called import demo data. So let's click on this. All we have to do is click on this blue button here. So let's click on this and then we can continue. So this is going to take a few minutes to download. So sit tight, as it says here, while we import your content. Do not refresh the page or hit the back button. So let it do its stuff. It's working fine. So there you go. It's fully imported. It took about 60 seconds, I'd say, altogether. So it may vary depending on how fast your internet connection is. So let's have a quick look at our website now. Okay, so this is what our website used to look like. So if we refresh our page, and as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic and very professional indeed. So let's scroll down the page a little bit. So we have our hero section, a search section, our main categories, all the featured jobs, what people say. So these are testimonials, the top companies advertising on this website, and then how to get started. And then here, this is where you make money. You have your different job packages. So this is where you can charge money for this type of service. And then we also have a beautiful footer section. So all together, very professional looking indeed. So let me show you how you can customize this website and make it your own. Very good. So for this, as you can see, we have 5 different areas here by the side. In the menu section, we have HivePress, jobs, companies, membership, and testimonials. And these are the 5 areas that we are going to use to customize our website. And the first area that we are going to cover is the jobs section. So this is where all our jobs are listed up. As you can see, they're all here, basically, you know. So we have the title, we have the company who's posting the job, we have the category in which it is posted, and the date and time at which it was published. Now, clearly, all these companies here are the ones who will be uploading and publishing those jobs online, but you can always do this manually as well yourself from the back end here just by clicking on Add New, and then you can create a new job as well. Now, let me show you all the main essentials. So we have categories, tags, packages, and attributes. So let's discover these one by one, and let me explain what's the difference between all these 4 different sections here. Now, clearly, before you can launch your website, you will have to set up the categories, tags, packages, and attributes. So let's say if you're starting afresh and you have no jobs here, before you can upload a job, you will have to create at least categories and attributes before you can start your project. Okay, so let's get started with the very first sections, which are categories. So what are categories? So basically, these are the different industries that people will be working in, maybe lines of business or the type of specializations that are required. So as you can see at the moment, we have web development, graphics and design, digital marketing. So this is all related to online type of jobs. But let's say if you were to select a theme about drivers, you could have maybe truck drivers, van drivers, taxi drivers, etc., etc. So how can you create a new category? Very simply, let me show you. So first you have to enter the category name. So let's say truck driver HGV. And then you have to type in a slug. So basically that's a URL friendly version of the name. So that's what comes after the /. So you will have yourdomainname.com / and then the name, the category name. So this could be, for instance, truck-driver-HGV, okay? And this is very helpful for SEO as well. And basically what you need to do is to use the main keywords that people will look for on Google, you know, whatever they're looking for. So maybe truck driver, HGV, jobs, and then maybe your location, Atlanta, for instance, okay? Or maybe New York or Paris or something, you know. So this is what people would look for, and they'll find you thanks to that as well. And you can also define a parent category. So this is if you wanted, for instance, to have web design, and then underneath as a subcategory, you would have PHP, HTML, CSS, and so on. So this is basically main category and then subcategory, okay? You can also enter a description, a short description here. So this would be helpful again for SEO purposes. And then you can select an icon and or an image. So as you can see, if you select an icon here, all you have to do is just type in truck, maybe. There you go. So we can add this, or you can add an image. Either way, it's fine. So let's click add category now. Very good. So now as you can see, we have a truck driver HGV. Now let me show you how the parent category works. So let's say if we have our truck drivers here, we could have national and then international as well, okay? So let's create two different ones here. So we'll have international and there you go. And now we're going to select our parent category. So we're going to select truck drivers, okay? And then we're going to add a new one. And we're going to do the same with national. There you go, just like that. And now we can add category as well. And as you can see, we have our main truck driver section here, and then national, international just underneath. And let me refresh very quickly. And as you can see now, it's reorganized alphabetically as well. So the truck drivers is just here in between the tech support and video and animation. Now let me explain what's the difference between an icon and an image. Okay, so you remember we added an icon for our truck services here. So let's go back to our home page and let's just refresh. So as you can see, we have all the different sections and each one of them has an icon. So if I refresh the page now, it should show our truck, which is right here. And as you can see, we have a truck icon showing up. So this is what the icon is for. So this is for the main section here on your home page. And the icon is actually representative of the type of industry or the type of specialization that people are looking for. Okay. Now let me show you the difference with the picture. So let's select this section here, design and graphics. So if we go back here and click on design and graphics, you're going to see we have an image here that's been added to this section. Now let's go back to our front end and let's click on this. And as you can see, this is basically the picture. So it is used actually as a backsplash in the header section for our section itself. So as you can understand, obviously the image is very helpful to visualize the type of industry where your visitors will be posting ads. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. And now let's have a look at the tags. So we have categories, we've covered that, and tags. So what is the difference between categories and tags? Well, tags basically are like some keywords that people can type in and look for. And these are usually different from the categories themselves. So for instance, we could have web development, and then right here in the tags, you could have PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, etc., etc. So this is basically a nice way to break down the different search results without having to create subcategories and subcategories. Okay, so this is a very, very helpful tool again. And to add a tag is very simple. You know, all you have to do is just type in the name, do the same with the slugs. You can even add a description if you wanted to and just add tag. And as you can see now, we have JavaScript added to our tags as well. So next we have our attributes. So before we can look after packages, let's take care of the attributes because this is still part of the main essentials here. So let's click on attributes. And this section to me is the best of all because this is why I like hivepress.io so much, because they've thought everything out, and this is where you can actually customize your website to fit your own personal requirements. So let me show you how this works. Okay, so what are attributes? Basically, these are different sets of options that will allow your visitors to narrow down their searches and to find the exact job that they're looking for, okay? So let me show you here in the front end. So if you go into jobs, as you can see here, we can filter our searches. So here on top, we have the different categories and our tags that we just created. So this is fine. But here at the bottom, we have salary and type as well. And the beauty of this system is that you can add as many attributes as you want and customize your website to the full. So bear in mind, we have the salary here. So it's from 2,500 to 9,500, but this can be changed obviously. And the type of jobs as well. It could be full-time, part-time or contract. So let me show you how you can set these up and even create your own set of attributes. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard here. So as you can see here, we have salary and type, but experience is not showing in the front end. And I'm going to show you why in a few moments. Let me just open type for now, and I'm going to show you how this works. So basically, each and every attribute you're going to create is going to be broken down in different sections. So we have the editing section, search section, and the display section. And by the side, obviously, we can select our categories as well. Okay, so what is the editing section? Well, this is basically to set up what type of field this is. So as you can see, you can allow editing in the front end and make this field required and mandatory as well. And what type of field will it be? So we have a drop down menu here, and you can select it's either number, radio button, maybe select, or text area, time, even URL. And as you can see, even checkboxes, date, email address, or embed. So there's quite a wide selection, a very comprehensive selection of options here. So this is basically to define the type of attribute, the type of field that you'll be inserting in the front end. And then we have the search aspect. So this is basically when you're going to filter this in the front end. Do you want this to be filterable or not? If this is the case, it will be used in the front end the exact same way we have it at the moment. So basically here, as you can see, this is displaying here in the front end. We have full-time, part-time, and contract. And the reason is because this is ticked off here. As you can see, it will show in the front end. We can use it as a filter. And then we have the display option. So this is just how to use the layout and the template in the front end and help with the visual aspect of this feature. Now, let's go back here very quickly. So as you can see here, we have full-time, part-time, and contract. So where are these options? They are right here. So options, click on this, and this is where they are located. Okay, do you know what? Let's create a new attribute together, and let me show you start to finish how this works. So let's create a new one. So we go into jobs, attributes, add new. So let's say we go back to our truck driver HGV, as you can see here. Okay, so let's take this, international and national. And now we're going to create new attributes for this section. So we're going to select here maybe truck types. Okay, just like this. And then now we're going to enable this. So allow front-end editing. And then we're going to select the type of field. So here we're going to select maybe 4 or 5 different options. And they can select multiple options. So this would be checkboxes. So what's the difference between checkboxes and radio buttons? Radio buttons, if you have 5 options, you can only select 1. Whereas if you have checkboxes, if you offer 5 options, they can select from 1 right up to 5 options altogether. So let's select checkboxes together now, okay? Now after this, we have the search feature here. So do you want this to be available in the front end, visible immediately on your pages? Yes or no. So they can use this as a filter basically, okay? And then you can select the type of field. Again, because this is checkboxes, ideally you would select the exact same right there. And then while we're at it, we might as well select an icon. So we're going to select truck again. There you go. And now we can save. So we're going to click publish. Now we can add the options. Okay, so let's click on this. Very good. And as you can see, there are no options at the moment because this is a new attribute. So you have to create them. So let's go ahead with maybe curtain cider. We can add this. Let's say rigid and maybe a low loader. Okay, something like that. So these are 3 different types of HGV drivers that might be required. Okay, so let's put this to the test and let's go back to our homepage. And we're going to go and have a look at our truck driver section here. And as you can see by the side, we have our new filter section, our new attribute here, truck types. So if we don't obviously have any ads and jobs posted at the moment, but if we had, we'd be able to narrow this down by either curtain cider, low loader, or rigid. So this is how convenient it is. Very, very easy to set up, isn't it? Now let's go back to the home page. So let's have a look at another section here, maybe designs and graphics. And as you can see, this is not showing in the filter section here, obviously, you know. It's only showing in the HGV and truck driver section, just like we can see here, okay? So this is how this works, guys. This is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So let's go back to our attributes now very quickly. And as you can see, this is where it applies. You can select your own category. So the truck types attributes will only show up for international, national, and truck drivers in HGV section. Okay, so this is how this works. Now let's have a look at the packages. So let me show you very quickly on the home page what it looked like. So basically, if we scroll down the page at the very bottom, this is where our job packages were located. So basically, you have basic, standard, and premium. And as you can see at the moment, they're all free, but you can charge money for this, obviously. So I'm going to show you how you can set this up for them to be all free, just like we have at the moment. And then I'm going to show you how to set this up so that you can charge money, obviously, you know. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard and let's discover the basic section here. So this is basically where you're going to tell your visitors what this package is all about. As you can see, for this one, you can post just one single job and the job expires in 7 days and the job is not promoted. Okay, so these are the 3 rules. So if you scroll down the page here, as you can see, this is where you can set this up. So listing limit is 1. As we said, you can only post one job and it expires in 7 days. So this is what it is here. You have the listing expiry 7 days. Okay. And then you can feature this as well. Make listing featured. If you tick this one, it'll be featured. If you tick on this one, it'll be recommended. And obviously here, as you can see, this one is not promoted at all. So it is neither featured or recommended. Now, as you can see, there is no cost attached to this listing. So you can provide maybe a basic package, 1 jobs for free. But how do you make money then? So let's go back here to packages. And let's say you would have the premium package and this one would be a paid version of this feature. Okay. So as you can see here, it is the same. This one will be featured. We have a listing limit of 15, expire after a month. Okay, 30 days. But again, there is no cost attached to it. So what do we need to do? If you want to charge money for this, we have to install Woocommerce. Okay, so now this is the next step. Now we have to add an additional plugin. So for this, we're going to plugins, add new. And right here in the search box, you're going to type in Woocommerce, just like this. And this is our very first one here. You're going to click install now. And then now we need to activate it. Very good. So now we have a quick setup guide here, but scroll down the page and click skip setup store details. So we're going to skip this all together. No thanks, because we are going to take care of this separately. Okay, so I can skip this all together. Now let's create a product for our premium plan. So we're going to products, all products. And as you can see, we have no products at the moment because we just installed Woocommerce. So I'm going to create a product. Okay, so let's call this premium plan. Okay. And this is the description here. So this is our premium plan. And then we scroll down the page and we're going to select this here. It is a simple product. Don't forget to take this one here. It's a virtual product as well. Now we're going to set up our price. So let's say $34.99. Okay. And now we're going to publish. So this is really all we need to do. We can create a plan very simply like this, create a new product, just for this. Okay. Now we go back to our jobs. We go into packages. Let's select our premium plan. Let's scroll down the page and where we have WooCommerce product. Now we can select our premium plan. Let's update. Let's go back to our home page. Let's refresh. As you can see, premium plan at the moment, it is free. It was free anyways. And now as you can see, it is $34.99 because now it is linked to our premium plan product using WooCommerce. Okay, so this is how it works. Very, very simple, isn't it? So now let's go back to WooCommerce and settings, and I'm going to show you how to configure your business details and the payment information as well, because you want to get paid, obviously, you know, this is the most important part of this project. So right here, you're going to enter all your details. So just like this, basically, you know, you put your business details right here, the address, and then right there, here we have selling location, sell to all countries. Because you're selling virtually here, obviously you can leave everything as is. And if you are VAT registered for tax in your country, you want to tick this box as well. So let's scroll down the page. Now you're going to select your currency here. So basically you can just use the drop down menu here and go and select whichever currency you want to use. Okay. And then click Save Changes. Now we're going to take care of the taxes. So we're going to tax and we have to create our standard rates. So basically here, this is a bit more for physical products, but there are some rules that we can use here. For instance, how do you want to display your prices in the shop, excluding tax or including tax? So if you're VAT registered, obviously, you might want to decide whichever options you want to choose. So if you're selling to wholesalers, B2B, it might be excluding tax. If you're selling to end users, then in this case, it would be including tax, which is most likely the case in a job board website. So here you're going to select including tax for those two here, and just save changes. And now we're going to click on standard rates for this. Very good. And now we can insert a new row. So you can select your country code. So let's say if you're based in the US, you're just going to type US, and you can select from the drop down menu, so United States. And then you can even break this down by states and zip code. So normally it's 10%, I believe, VAT rate across the whole of the United States. But please correct me if I'm wrong. And you can give it a name. So US, let's say 10%. Okay. And then you click save. That's it. Now you have the taxes set up as well. And now the most exciting part is the payment section. So let's create our payment option here. So as you can see, by default, you're provided with a few options here. You have direct bank transfer, check payments, and cash on delivery. So clearly these are not really suitable for this type of project, because you want to get paid upfront and paid online immediately before they can post on your website. So for this, let's use PayPal, for instance, and or Stripe, whichever way. As you can see clearly, these are the most popular ones. So let's set up PayPal together very quickly. I'm just going to show you the same principle for both of them anyway. So all you have to do is just click on Get Started. There you go. And all you have to do at this stage, very simply, is to connect to your PayPal account. So all you have to do is to click on Connect to PayPal. And basically from here, all you have to do is to enter your email address and your password, so your login credentials to access your PayPal account. Click Login. And then you agree and connect. And that's it. Click Go back to the Woocommerce developers. And that's it. As you can see now, in just a few seconds, we have our credentials, live merchant ID, live client ID, and the live secret key automatically done for us in just a few clicks. And that's it. Basically, now we can go back to our main section here. Click on this arrow. And now we can do the same with Stripe if you want to use Stripe. So let's go ahead with this and let's get started. And from here, click Connect an account, enter your email address, continue, enter your password, and then click Login. Very good. So select the account that's connected to it, click Connect, and there you go. Just like that, we're connected already. And now you can enable Stripe, and you can even enable the test mode if you wanted to. So let's click on this, scroll down the page, and click Save. So one last thing regarding Woocommerce, going to the Advanced tab and make sure that those pages are linked. So make sure that you have a cart page, a checkout page, and my account page. If you don't see anything here, click the drop down menu and look for cart and select that page. Okay, once you have those pages selected, scroll down the page, click Save Changes, and that's just all done for the Woocommerce section. And now let's put this to the test. Let's test this feature. So now we can go back to our homepage. As you can see, we have a premium package here. Let's purchase this. So let's buy package. And let's enter our details. So as you can see, we have the billing details right here. And at the bottom, we can pay with card. So let's fill this out very quickly. Something like that, for instance. Okay, John Doe from New York. And then we're going to scroll down the page. And then we're going to enter our test card here. As you can see, I've enabled the test mode at the moment, which means that we can just enter 424242 as a card number. So just like that, basically, and then we can enter an expiry date as well, anytime in the future in the test mode. So let's say 0124, and the CVC code is the same. So maybe 123, and that's fine. And now we can place the order with our test mode enabled. So place order. So there you go, this is our order being confirmed. Thank you, your order has been received. So obviously, once you've gone through checkout process, you will be logged in automatically and you have access to your own account. So if you go into my account, as you can see, these are all the ads we've published already. If you go into packages, as you can see, we had the basic package, 1 free ad left remaining, and then the premium package, we have 15 ads remaining. So this is how it works. Very, very convenient, isn't it? Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So we've taken care of the job section. Let's take care of the companies now. So companies basically are the other side of the coin. So we publish jobs, but we have companies. So the companies are basically all those who are publishing those ads, those jobs, and those you'll be working for, okay? And it's the same principle. As you can see with companies, you can add a new one, and you have attributes the same way we created attributes for the jobs. So as you can see here, if you click on companies, these are all the companies being listed and registered on our website. So you have Royal Post, Code Cube, StarLogic, Blossom, and Fendi. So if we go to the front end now, okay, so from here, let's go to companies. And basically, these are all the advertisers, all the companies that are actually posting jobs on our website. So as you can see by the side, we have the different industries. So we have fashion, finance, healthcare. So obviously these you can configure that yourself in the backend. You can add any industry you want. But we also have here all the different attributes. So we have founded, so the year that's been founded, and also how many employees. So this is going to help visitors to actually filter down and find the ideal employer. But again, when it comes down to attributes and industries and sections and categories, everything is configurable. So let's do this together now. So let's go back to the backend here and let's create a new set of attributes for ourselves. So as you can see, with employees, industries, and founded. So maybe you want to add something else. So let's go back to our example of building a website for drivers only. So let's add a new one. And right here, you could have maybe fleet. Maybe you want to know how many trucks the company owns before you get involved and apply for a job, maybe, okay? And here, this is the exact same as in the job section. So basically you have editing, search, and display. So you're gonna click on this one. We're gonna add a few features here. So let's select maybe checkbox again. Now this time I'm gonna select radio button. And in the search feature, I'm going to tick this one, okay? And we're going to add again here a radio button. And we're going to select maybe an icon. So let's go with truck again. Very good. And let's publish. So now we can add our options. So let's add a few options here. Okay, so let's have our first option, maybe from 1 to 10. Second one from 11 to 50 maybe. Then we can have 51 to 100. And then perhaps 100 plus. Okay, just like that. And now let's have a look at our home page again. So if we refresh this page, as you can see, now we have a fleet item here, attributes that goes from 1 to 10, 11 to 50, and so on. So you can narrow down your searches now based on how many trucks the company owns or any other attributes, obviously, that you want to create, you know. Okay, so let's go back to the companies now. So clearly this is a quick listing of everything, quick overview. So you have title, author, and date, and you can add new yourself as well. Now there is another way to monetize your website is by memberships. So let's click on this now and let's discover this. Okay, so first, what's the difference between the job packages and the membership? Okay, so we've covered the packages already. So the membership is slightly different. It's if you want to charge users for viewing listings or listings details. So basically you can restrict access to all listing pages, including search and category pages, single listing pages, or certain listing attributes even, you know. So also you can restrict access to certain features, such as sending messages or submitting reviews, in which case then we can create different plans and your members, your visitors will have to purchase a plan in order to access certain area on your website. And for this, you have to create a plan first. So we create plans and then we can create memberships. Okay, so let's go to plans and we can add new. So let's call this membership plan and we have to select a Woocommerce product. So beforehand, you would have created a Woocommerce product the same way we did it with the packages here, you know. So I'm just going to select the premium plan that we created earlier on, and then you can create an expiry period as well. So let's say maybe 30 days, and you can have an optional page as well. So once you're done, basically click on publish. And now we can go back to our membership section and we can add a new one. So from here, we need to give it a title. So let's say plan 1 and let's select our plan. So membership plan and let's click publish. Okay, very good. So let's go back to our homepage now. And let's say you wanted to restrict the jobs pages. So you won't be able to access this page unless you subscribe to a membership. So how can you do this? So for that, let's go back to our backend here. We go into plans, open the membership plan. And now we're going to restrict this to a specific page. So as you can see here, you can select any page you want on your website. So as you can see, we can select jobs, click update. And now if we go back to our homepage, and for this, I'm going to use a different web browser altogether because I should not be logged in, obviously. So I'm going to open this. Okay, and I'm going to go into the job section. And as you can see now, I have to purchase a plan before I can access this page. And this is how this works basically. Now I can purchase a plan, register, and go through the whole checkout process. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay guys, now let me show you how you can configure your homepage and tweak everything around. So as you can see, we have our hero section here with an image in the background, and then our main heading and subheading. So I'm going to show you how to change this. I'm going to show you how to change and add your own logo and configure the menu section as well. And then all these different areas here on the homepage, you can tweak them around and make it your own, including the footer section. Okay, so let's configure this together. And for this, we go back to our WordPress dashboard. And from here, we're going to go into pages. And we're going to look at our homepage. So as you can see, this is the one here. It says front page. And now we're going to edit our page. So you can either click on the title itself or click edit. And this will open our homepage using Gutenberg. So Gutenberg is the built-in drag and drop page builder within WordPress. So it's basically working through blocks. As you can see here by the side, you can add any blocks. You can have paragraphs, heading, list. You can have quote, images, gallery, audio, and so on and so on. So you can basically insert everything you want from this side onto your page with a simple drag and drop feature. So let's say if I wanted to add a heading here, all I do is drag it and then drop it right there. And as you can see, now we have our heading. So this is basically how it works. Okay, so let me remove this for now. And this is our main heading, subheading, and this is our background image. So let's change this together. So let's go with the theme of truck drivers, HGVs on the road. So let's add our image first so we can replace the image. Now we can upload a file. Let's select our file. And I found a few images here online. So let's try one of them. Maybe this one here might look good. And then we're going to set that as a featured image. Okay, let's click update. Now let's have a quick look just to make sure it is fine. So let's refresh our page. And there you go. As you can see, this is absolutely fine. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard and let's change our heading and subheading. And to replace our heading, all you have to do is hover on top, click on it, and then you can select this area and then replace it with your own text. So for instance, jobs for truck drivers. And we can do the same with our subheading here. So for instance, we could put in here, get instant access to hundreds of jobs dedicated for truck drivers within the United States and Canada. So let's update. And now let's have a quick look at our homepage and let's refresh. And there you go. As you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic and really, really professional, doesn't it? And then we have our search feature just underneath in all our different categories. So let's go back to our page here. As you can see, this is our blog. So if I click on this now, as you can see, this is the job search form. So basically you should leave it the way it is. It's absolutely fine. But just to mention that you can move things around on your page as well. So all you have to do is to click on this arrow here and you can move it down a bit farther down if you wanted to. So maybe you want to have your categories first and then the search feature. Again, this is really up to you. So let me update this and let me show you what it looks like this way. So if we refresh our page now, as you can see, we have our main heading section, our different categories, and finally our search feature. So again, this is really up to you. You can move things around the way you want them. I think it looks fine where it was right here. This is just perfect. I would keep it there, but again, this is just a matter of preferences. Let's have a look at our next section here, our next block. This one is called Job Categories. And with this block, you have a few customization options here on the left-hand side. So you can define how many columns you want to display. So at the moment we have 4, but maybe you want to display only 3 of them. And then you can define how many categories in total you want to show. So for instance, if you have 3 columns, maybe you want to display 9 or 6. So let's say maybe 9. it will display an additional 1, which is absolutely fine. Or maybe just only 6, in which case you have only 2 rows. Okay, so let's go with 9 in total. That's absolutely fine as well. Okay, so let's scroll down the page now, and our next block is the featured jobs. So again, here you can click on this. As you can see, this is the jobs block altogether. And again, you have a few customization options. So you can define how many columns and how many jobs in total you want to display. So we only have 1 column at the moment. So they displayed 1 row per job, very simply. That looks absolutely fine. But let's say if you wanted to display maybe 3 across, it's slightly different, you know, or maybe only 2. There you go. Again, it's just a matter of preferences, and then you can increase the amount of jobs that you want to display as well. So let's keep it the way it was, maybe just 1 and maybe display 4 in total. And then you can also display specific categories. So if you only wanted to show truck drivers jobs, you could do that very easily as well. And you can specify in which order you want to show them. So maybe by date, by title, or random. Now, as you can see, the title at the moment is featured jobs. If this is the case, you might want to take this one and display only featured listings or verified listings, in which case you can change the title here, featured and verified jobs or something like that. Okay, so let's scroll down the page and let's have a look at the next section. It is what people say. So basically, these are the testimonials that you can upload on your homepage. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard very quickly. And next to our HivePress section here, we have testimonials right here. So this is where all the testimonials are located. Okay, so as you can see, we have Michelle Foster, Brian Peterson, Sandra Lockhart, and Thomas Hinton. And as you can see, these are the exact same persons here, okay? Michelle Foster, Brian Peterson, Sandra Lockhart, and Thomas Hinton, okay? So basically here, if you click on this section, again, you can configure a few things. As you can see, you can define how many columns and how many of them you want to display. So these are basically the same settings as the previous sections. All right then, so let's continue on. And if you scroll down, as you can see, now we have top companies. So this is about the same principle again. Here you can define how many companies you want to show on your homepage, how many columns and how many in total. And you can organize them in the different order. So basically you can have them by date, by name, or display them randomly. So again, very simply here, that's all the same principle, okay? Now we have a section here on its own that says ready to get started. As you can see, you have 2 different buttons here. So you can either choose to browse jobs, so you're looking for a job, or you want to post a job as an employer, obviously, you know. So if you click on those buttons here, you can see this is going to link that directly to submit listing, and this one to jobs. So these are predefined URLs that you need to keep exactly the same. They will basically be linking back to those pages, and then it's basically like a shortcut for your visitors. It's very easy for them to find this. So these are 2 very nice and handy call to action. And finally, we have our packages here at the bottom. And again, if you click on this, as you can see, you can define how many columns you want to display and how many in total. Because obviously at the moment we have 3 different plans, but maybe you'll only have 2 on your website, or maybe 4 or 5 or 6, and then you can reorganize them again, change the amount of columns and how many you want to show in total. Now we can change the footer section from here. So for the footer section now, let me show you how we do that. We go back to our WordPress dashboard. Okay, to change your footer section, we go to Appearance, Widgets. And as you can see here, we have the site footer section. So let's click on this. And as you can see, we have 4 different areas. You have text, navigation menu, blog, and then social. So let's have a look at our website itself. If we scroll down the page, as you can see, we have text, a menu, blog section, and social. So this is the exact same setup, the same layout. Okay. So basically, if you want to change something, all you have to do is to click on this to expand. And as you can see, you can edit from here immediately. So you can change your logo by replacing the picture and change your text the exact same way. Now, if we go here, navigation menu, as you can see, this is a menu section, and the menu that has been selected is jobs. So I'm going to show you how you can change this as well. So I'm going to open this in a new tab. So if you go into appearance menus, open in a new tab, And from here, you can access all your different menus. So this works as well for the menu section on top, which is this one here, the header. You can have the footer section, jobs, and social. So all of them are located in the same place. So let me show you how one works, and then you can apply the same principle on all of them. Okay, so let's see jobs, for instance. Let's select. So if we go back to our footer section, as you can see, we have 3 different items. You have design and graphics, digital marketing, and web development. Now, if we go back to our menu section, this is exactly what we have here: design and graphics, digital marketing, and web and development. Now you can add any page you want, any categories you want, anything you want, custom links even to this menu section. So these are all the pages. We can add posts, we can add custom links, we can add categories, and even Woocommerce endpoints. So these are the pages that we have on our website. So let's say if you wanted to add one of those pages, let's say view all, you could select any of those pages and add them to this menu section. So let's say if you wanted to add companies and jobs, let's add this to the menu. There you go. And now you can reorganize them with the simple drag and drop. And if you indent them, then they'll become a subcategory. So main category, subcategory, and you could even have subcategory if you wanted to, okay? So let's add those 2 here for now. Let's click Save Menu. There you go. And now let's have a look at our website again. So this is the 3 sections that we had before. So let's refresh. There you go. And as you can see, now we have 2 additional tabs, which are companies and jobs. So this is how easily you can add features to your menu section. Okay. And you can do the same, obviously, with blogs and social. So let's discover the social icons here. Let me show you exactly how this works. So back to our menus here. This time we're going to select social. Click select. And there you go. As you can see, you have Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So this is not something that you can select from here. These are basically custom links. So if you wanted to add one, for instance, you might add YouTube, okay? And you're going to place the URL right here. So let's say, for instance, the link to my channel. Click Add Menu, and now we have YouTube. And it's the same with those ones, basically. These are all custom links, okay? And then you click Save Menu. So now let me show you something additional here, an extra feature that might be helpful. Maybe if you want them to click on those links, you don't want them to stay on your website, you want them to open that maybe in a separate tab altogether. You need to add that manually. So you click on Screen Options, Link Target, click on this, okay? Now you can go back here again, open this, and now you're going to select Open Link in a new tab. If you don't select this option, it will not show up here. This is a hidden feature, basically, okay? And now we can save again, just in case, if you wanted to, okay? Just like that. Very good. So now it is saved. So let's go back to our home page. There you go. And let's refresh our page. And as you can see, now we have YouTube added here. And if I click on this, so there you go. It will bring you to my channel. So that's basically how you can add anything in your footer section, okay? Now let's go back to the top. Let me show you how to modify this one here. So as you can see, this is our main header menu. For this, we go back to our menu sections. This time you select header, click select. And it's the same principle, basically. You can move and drag and drop anything you want from this side here, any menu items, and add them to your main menu structure. Now, if you wanted to delete some of those items, you can bulk select them, okay? So let's click on this. You can then select them all one by one, just like this, okay? And then you can click remove selected items. And just like that, they're gone, okay? And then you can save your menu. So we only have 4 items now, 4 menu items. Now we go back to our menu, refresh. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 items, exactly like this. So I'm going to show you how to change your logo now. So we go back to our backend here, and this time we go into Appearance, Customize. Very good. And from here, you're going to hover on top of the logo. You have the small pencil right here. Click on this. And there you go. This is where your logo is located. And from here, you'll be able to upload your new logo. So you can either remove or change the logo. Either way will work fine. So if you remove it, you can select your new logo. So let's upload a new file, select file. And I created this one here very quickly. That says truck logo. So just make sure that your logo obviously has a clear background and is in a white font as well, as you will see. And then we can skip the cropping here. And there you go. Now we have it looking absolutely fantastic here. Okay, so this is how you can change your logo. So let's click publish now. So now let's go back to our front page and let's refresh. And there you go, guys. As you can see, this is how you can create a job board using WordPress.